1, 2.
When it rains, it snores.
Like a rare breed, a breath of fresh air, you can see me. People stand up just to greet me. Role model kids wanna be me.
It's all about the risk.
Now, later you'll
If anyone pays taxes, instant pay.
The whole thing was easy. I just come and wink my eye like a genie. Crown on yellow peasant can king me.
Die. Fuck semantics. Fuck taxes. Revolt. Hello and welcome to Nickel City X-Wing. My name's Greg and we've got a couple bangers for you tonight. This first one between the Wanderers and the Outlaws. First, representing the Wanderers.
Hard work wins. Leaders don't follow. Living for today might not be here tomorrow. Welcome to the team. We wish you all the best. Now
it's roller coaster and theme park enthusiast AURELIEN and his opponent representing the Outlaws.
Yeah, holy smokes, I'm no joke out the bullpen, bringing nothing but heat, leave you hanging like clothespins. He's a beast when he goes in.
It's team captain and Disney park enthusiast James. We are off round one. This is an assault at the satellite array. Betting is open. Classic Rebellion versus Empire here. Double Desi on assault. That is a lot of health to chew through. Brandon, thank you for the follow. 22 months, or the subscription. Appreciate it. The follow, who am I? Let's see. Have they played any games in this series yet? Week 10. Nope, this is the first game. So who's going to get their team off on the right foot? Let's check the standings. Wanderers clinging on to a wild card spot currently. Outlaws want to give themselves a chance at the top seed. Actually, I don't know. They could. They would need to go 7-0, and Ascendancy would need to lose all their games. But they could still technically take the top seed. If Hole can manage to shoot APTs. I mean, I think the Rebellion could theoretically wipe these ships pretty easily if you focus fire. It's just getting to the point where, like, how much damage do you take in return? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Well, they're ready to introduce a lot of fire onto Morna. But Arvel has not been used in an assault game. Well, it's just like you get better A-Wings for the price. The fact that Gemmer isn't in this really hurts my feelings. Fifth brother, seventh sister. So it's got both the Inquisitors and a classic Ruthless. How willing to use Ruthless on these bombers are you, though? Yeah, get your bets in, because I do think we will be having some shots next turn. I feel like this is kind of a matchup between like a specialized assault list versus a very, very good generic rebel list. Like it's good at everything, you know what I mean? But it's not specialized for assault. Says the scum player. It's just like, please bring your weak ship so I have a chance. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to Uber to the subway, or I mean, we'll have a car. I don't know. Hey, Jamo. Uh, can you park at subway stations? Is there parking there? Is it all street parking? Like, how does parking work? Gotta assume this is gonna be a launch of a bomb here. There it is. Park at subway. I always okay. All right, Sherman. It took me a second. Double reinforce the front. And I think that just makes Deathfire the target. Could you perhaps barrel roll your way into a plasma into Hull here? You go back, you get the best arc on Hull. If you go forward, you get your best reach into like Sabine. Gonna. Oh, actually catches Luke as well. Do you have the room to barrel roll? I don't know why you would boost it. It would just almost. It almost put you into a shot. Oh, because you didn't want to be in the bomb. Of course. Dumb. Sabine took a damaged engine. And Morna took a shield. Luke also took a shield. All right. Wegimus Antilius. Gonna go into your boy, Tomax. That'll be 3 hits into Tomax. Tomax responds with 1 evade. And that'll be a hit crit. Tomax will spend to evade that from Fenrau. Lucas J. Skywalker. It's going to be a proton torpedo into Deathfire. It's going to be 3 crits off the bat. The full potato with extra toppings into Deathfire, who does get the 2 evades, so 2 crits coming into Deathfire. It's a damaged engine and a fuel leak. Tomax now going to launch a plasma torpedo, I believe. Trying to strip Luke of that shield and do some extra damage. Oh, Kingdom for that focus. Had to spend it on defense, but it gets better. 2 crits. Luke wants 2 paint. Gets 2 paint. The plasma's a dud. Rack now. Gonna shoot into hull. And gets to make that a crit. Hull. Double evades from the Y-Wing. Hull now gets to respond. I'm a little surprised. Didn't check the arc, but hit crit. 1 evade. That is a shield on the Rear Admiral. Morna Key now. I assume this is going to be into Sabine. Nope, gonna let Sabine live, I guess. These rebels are so small, they're evading our turbo lasers. A beautiful shot there. Hit, crit. Coming into Luke, who's going to spend 2, and that's going to be shields down on Luke Skywalker. And last but not least, we got Sabine and Deathfire. Gonna go into Tomax, range 3. Fen shot already. Hit crit. And a crit into Tomax. That's a disabled power regulator, so that'll kick off next turn. And Deathfire now into Luke Skywalker, trying to get into the hull. That's the full potato. And Luke does have a force, because Luke will always have a force. And 1 damage in on Luke. Now, here's the problem. Morna double reinforced the front. So I don't think Morna's going to be able to keep it. That's going to be a tie. James did a great job here. It's going to be 1-to-1 on the assaults here. James did a really great job of getting double fighters in. I mean, Luke is objectively a great ship. Just straight up a great ship. It just is. And it should be. It's Luke. You know what I mean? Like, all the main characters should be, like, good. I'll stand by that statement. So it looks like we do get an agile gunner here from Rack. Remember that Rack is carrying Death Troopers, which means if you get stressed, you're not going to be able to unstress yourself. That's going to limit your dial. Galloway says this could go either way in a couple of shots. Yeah, I mean, this does seem like a game. I agree with you fully here that a couple shots, you get lucky. I think James is doing the right thing by focusing. Like, I've said this for a while, and if you've been watching the stream for a while, then you've probably heard me say it before. But I think there is some merit into doing the WoW strategy, which is to kill the add-ons first. Kill the bombers, then focus down a decimator. Letting the bombers run around, it doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. Now, that being said, I would have liked to see a little more focus fire. If we could have focused all on one bomber. But did a really good job putting, put 5 damage in. So that could be almost one bomber off the board already. Fen and Sabine are fast, but bombers also have the ability to close off space behind them with bombs. So, and to be honest, with a damaged engine, Sabine's kind of neutered right now. Mando Optics here from Fenrau. It's a lock. Let's fire the one bank. I'm expecting Sabine to barrel roll right and bank in, but we'll see. Gonna one hard in for a stress. Wow. I didn't think it was gonna be a one hard. I thought you'd bank in so you can still take your token. Especially since I see Morna doing like a right turn here. Seventh Sister for the tractor token. Why does Sabine get a focus? Hello. Oh, it's as soon as you get a token, right? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Sorry, James was just in here asking because it's when you would gain a stress, you get the tractor so he's not stressed for his perform action step so he can focus. I think that's how that works. I mean, logically, that's how it should work. Beautiful 3 hard there from Morna. Gonna take the lock on Sabine. 1 hard from Hull. And Hull will never get an action again. Dauntless title. I'm gonna try to block Fenrir's bank. Oh, Luke tried to go fast. Ugh. Kind of hate that for Luke. And I'm wondering if Morna wishes she had locked. So, Wedge! What we doing, baby girl? They're never going to get to be unstressed again, though. That's the only problem with this. Vulnerability isn't going to work because of Death Troopers. Oh, during the activation phase. It's specifically activation phase. Interesting. Fenith K. Rao, attorney at law. Monarchy is checking range 1 for some reason. Why? Does Fifth Brother do something? Oh, Seven Sister, Jam. Seven Sisters, a Jam. Darth Vader onto Luke, down to 2. Hit crit for Fen. That is 2 more shields on rack. And Predator doesn't have a focus. Also didn't remove the stress with Fen. Should probably remember that or you're not going to get to. Also didn't take the focus. Rack just lays into Luke. Luke gonna take a crit. Could do it. It does. Direct hit. The Walks is dead. Well, you can instinctive aim another torpedo. And you might as well do it into Tomax. Gonna take this in Iraq. I don't really hit crit in Iraq, so hit crit in Iraq. And the crit is a damage sensor ray. That's devastating on rack, so it's a good job there. Now Morna gonna try and kill Sabine. It's gonna be a 3v2 with the tractor token. Morna only the one hits. Spends the lock. It's the full potato. 1 blank will kill Sabine. How about 2? It's a dead Sabine. Colfax. Thank you for the resub. 46 months. It's almost 4 years. We're so close. And the range 1 for another one into rack down to 7. And again, didn't remove the stress tokens. That's I honestly think that's kind of devastating. Because you're just not gonna get to do anything with. You could have the whole wide world open here, and you don't. So Rack's gonna tie for the center. Lorna's gonna take the top. And it's only going to be one more point for Aurelien, who takes the 9-1 lead now. Evaded Luke. And then killed Luke. Buster, odds. %62 to 38 now for Aurelien. Without Luke on the board, it's just such a big part of your firepower. I mean, no Sabine either. Not that Sabine's part of your firepower, but it's a ship that can kind of like stem the scenario points from snowballing too bad. There is the Connor net. It'll be a damage defender now. And the ions. Chris, thank you. 25 months. We're over 2 years. Woo! And another ion bomb from Tomax. Oh, won't be able to remove. I think James has gotta realize that it's activation phase, not How does this not end up being a cluster? And rack will just bump. Never punished. And can dauntless a focus. The ion move from Tomax. Wedge, one forward. And Fenral can only go forward. And can focus. Will end up being ionized again. Vader puts a second damage into Fenral. Oh, and he remembers. Three dice. This is going to be into Rear Admiral Chirnu. Down to 5. Fenral could technically do it here. Needs a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh. I mean, could technically do it. It didn't say was going to. It said could. And now rack. 3 hits. Going to Ruthless for 4. Why do you turn? I don't think you get Concordia there. And that is a dead Fenral. And it's all come apart for the Rebels. It looks so promising at first. Now Morna, range 1 into Wedge. It's going to be 2 crits with 5th brother. Wedge will take 1. Wedge should also have gotten a focus. Not that it matters there, but... if that's a May for the future. If you form an attack that hits, gain 1 focus token. It's not. So I would have to intervene if it mattered. Two more points. Buster, odds. I think that actually might be one of the times where it's pretty low, Buster. I think this one might be more in the 90s. Well, this is an example, like I think Galloway said earlier. This game can just snowball sometimes on you, and it just like, you know, you make a decision, and it's not even like, I don't even want to say it's the wrong decision. It's just a decision, and it just goes the wrong way, and you're done. Like, it just happens sometimes. Star, thank you for the Sub 23 months, almost 2 years. Not enough focus. I mean, you guys know how much I'm into focus fire, but yeah. And you've done a sizable chunk in Iraq, but both bombers have been left alive, and they did work. The bombers did work. That Connor net did damage that ends up killing Fen Rao. Because all of a sudden, Fen Rao is ionized twice. Even if Fen Rao didn't die that turn, he's dying this turn. Like, the 4 forward from Morna and a rotate. Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of these rebels are just you either nuke something and then you have a chance to win, or you die. I imagine Wedge is going to unleash the APT here. You can spend your thing to get the red lock. No? Okay. Nope. 4 hits. I mean, APT, that's a kill. I mean, it's also 16-1, so James just might be over it. Can't really judge too much on the decisions right now. APT also would have been 4 dice, but it would have been a crit. And Deathfire has a fuel leak, yeah? You're going to get the kill on Deathfire for the kill on Wedge. Unreal. Aurelion not giving fuck. Yeah, it would have been 5 because he didn't boost. So he kills Deathfire to Ruthless onto Wedge. And unfortunately, Holoken's not going to get the chance to take on the world. It's going to end up being 24 to 1, 2, 3, 4. A huge win for the Wanderers. That's it's gonna be all she wrote. The game just snowballed away from James. Not much he could do. Well played to Aurelian. Well played to James. Let's get the last word and we'll move on to game 2.
And now for the last word with Buster Skysfudger.
And remember, folks, the game doesn't end when the whistle blows. It's just the beginning of your own adventure. For NCX, I'm Buster Skysfudger. Good night.